Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for a cherry on top to share with you this multi-photo cat layout that I created using the October cherry box. So you still have time to subscribe. You have until September 25th. So with this amazing box, if you are a Halloween lover, you need this box. You get some sequins, and I am using the sequins mix and as well as the glitter that comes in the collection to create a shaker box. So that is a digital cut file that I've cut from two of the pieces of pattern paper, and not included in the box but available at a cherry on top is some pretty cool acetate paper. That's what I adhered to the top of the shaker box. So now I'm using some double-sided foam adhesive. I'm cutting it in half because it's a little too big for where the eye for the whole thing, and I'm adhering that foam around the edges, and so I'm only halfway cutting into the outside edge of the foam so that I can make it go around corners, and then where I have a brand new piece, I'm literally just butting it up so that I have no seepage per se, no holes or leaks in the dam for the sequins, and particularly the glitter, because that's fine glitter to get through. So this sequins is called, it's called Candy Cane, the mix. And so there's little bones in there and candy corn looking things, as well as some yellow, some orangey bits. They're kind of more like sticks. And then I'm going to add the glitter for a little bit of shimmer. So this is the mix that comes with the kit. And then you have some American Crafts Moxie glitter, which is crystal, so just a silver, and I'm going to add that in for a little bit of sparkle. So I did an unboxing video at the end of last week. I think I posted that on Friday or Saturday. So if you didn't check that out, be sure to check it out if you want to see the details of all the things that are in the box. It is amazing value for money. So then I wiped, well, before I put the glitter in, I did use my anti-static pad. You can see that at the top of the screen there, to make sure that things didn't stick. Because I cut this, I had to, Carta paper is super thick. And so I didn't get it cut through all the way the first time. And so you could see where I had to put tape to, of course it splits open then, right? But it didn't split open when I wanted it to come off of the sheet. So I had to use a little bit of backing tape. So I thought this would be awesome up the top as like the night sky for Halloween night. And so I'm just ripping it to add to the organic feel of the sky. I like the way that the white in between, the white ripping part sort of adds to the puffiness of the clouds. And then I have this other digital cut file that says Pretty Wicked. I think there were a bunch of pumpkins that were underneath it, and so I just used the parts that were relevant to what I wanted. So then I knew that I had these really cool journal cards or cut apart cards. This one happens to be 4x4. And it says, "Welcome to our haunted house," because the cats are sitting on their new scratch pad haunted house. But I didn't want it to be 4x4, so I cut it down to as close to 4x3 as I could. So I felt like the H of house was pretty close. So I want to make that a hinged, hidden journaling spot behind it. And so I'm going to have to adjust how I put the washi tape. There is washi tape that comes with this collection. So this piece of striped paper here is maroon on orange. And so I have a son who goes to Virginia Tech, and their colors are maroon and orange. And so I wanted to use this, but I also wanted to use it sparingly, knowing that I have some swimming pictures of him swimming. He swims for Virginia Tech that I wanted to save that for. So again, I have a torn bottom to go with the top. And what I'm going to do here is put a little bit of a glittery border. So this is a 1/8 inch double-sided tape, no foam. So I've stuck it down, and then I am going to find a piece of scrap paper that doesn't have writing all over it. And I'm just going to sprinkle the glitter on top of that. And you can see I've got that scratch paper underneath. So that's what's going to collect all of the extra. And then I'm going to shake that off and tap off the excess. So sometimes with static, you get a lot of stuff that gets stuck to the actual paper itself, but when you tap, it creates a more forceful sort of bounce for that glitter to bounce off of. So not too much of a mess. Glitter and I are generally not friends, so I was very pleased to not have too much of a mess there. And then those are the photos, as I mentioned earlier. Last year for Halloween, we bought the cats a scratch box, scratch house, I guess. And so that those are wallet size photos with white borders on there. I originally had printed all 4 of them 4x3, but it was just too much with all the stuff that I wanted to include on the layout. So I'm just figuring out where I want these things to go. Also included in the box, you get these 2 things from Jolie's. So you have the jack-o'-lantern, I guess they were calling them, I can't remember what they're calling them, and I don't have it in front of me, but snow globes. And so they're also shakers, and I'm going to use that partially to hold down the right-hand corner, and then create a hinge with the washi that comes with the collection. So off camera, I will tell you there's also enamel dots. I'm going to use those. There is also you can see on the right-hand side of the screen there are metal dies. So it's pumpkins and bats. And I felt like I had a lot of white space on this that just needed little shots of something. And so I cut out a couple of those bats, and you'll see in the close-ups where I put the enamel dots and the bats just for a little splash of color to fill in some of the white space. If you know me, you know I like white space. So I didn't want to fill it all in, but I felt like they were holes that sort of your eye got stuck on. So here I'm using the washi that comes with the box to create the hinge for my hidden journaling, which will go underneath. Again, not because I have anything private that I want to hide so much as I just didn't feel, with all the words that are on here and all the pictures and the shakers and the interactive elements, I just felt like the journaling didn't need to be visible. It was more of a distraction with all of what was already going on there. So I'm going to put the ghost, again, that fills a little bit of the white spot. I love this black pumpkin jack-o'-lantern, and so I'm going to use that over on the left-hand side again, just to tie everything together. I want to get balance between the oranges and the blacks that are on this page here. And then I really liked this Boo banner from Jolie's. I do not like skyscrapers on my layouts, although why I bothered, I don't know, because I've got that snow globe jack-o'-lantern. But I did take off 1 layer of foam, and then I'm just using some Zotz Bling to adhere that down. I could have used my foam roller, my tape roller, I apologize, but I really like the adhesive of the bling for these dimensional things, the Zotz, I should say, for these dimensional things. And that, my friends, is going to pretty much wrap it up. So the close-ups are to follow, and then I will link you to subscription box information down below. If you have any questions about the subscription box, don't hesitate to ask, or anything about how I created the shaker or put that little glitter border. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.